Hi, I'm Draco Self Important, and I think you should listen to me. So today we're going to complain a little bit about chasers and also people complaining about my parenting when they know nothing about my parenting. Um, so let's start with the parenting part just to get that right out the gate because it's not as much of a fun conversation for me. So I'd rather end with a giggle than end with me being annoyed with this person. So, first of all, anyone who wants to complain about anything about me, feel free. Comments are open. I literally have it so that it holds nothing. I select because it has basic moderation as the default. I go in and select nothing. So if shit isn't displaying, it's because YouTube is having an issue with comments displaying right now. It's not me because I'm inviting this shit. Bring it on, fuckers. Um, because here's the thing, I don't live my life in a way that I wouldn't like be willing to present. I am old enough now and have been through enough bullshit to realize that if you're doing anything behind closed doors that you wouldn't do out in the open, notwithstanding like taking a poo, you should probably do that behind closed doors. Some people would want to see it, but like generally, there's something. But like, there's nothing about my life at this point that I can't either apologize for because I know I fucked it up and have apologized to the appropriate parties about it and tried to make amends, or that I can't defend. Now, I'm not going to get into the details of the shit going on with my kids because, well, gee, that probably wouldn't be super, like, good parenting. My children will not be on this channel. It's why you're getting bits and pieces. It's because sometimes the context of the story requires their existence to be involved in the story, because obviously they're a huge part of my story. Like, I live and breathe because I have children. It is what it is. I'm one of those people who wanted to have kids basically from the moment that I knew it was a concept. Um, yeah, big fan. So, um, like, I have done and continue to do the best that I can with the resources that I have available. I'm very open with my kids at age appropriate levels. The little one doesn't necessarily need like a whole lot of details, but like they're aware of my mental illness because they, being children of mine and also people willing to breed with me, have very similar mental illnesses. Like, I don't like what do you people expect? Do you think that there's just like an infinite supply of reasonable foster homes to take in the kids of all of the degenerates like me? Like, do you think there's just a bunch of fucking hetero Christians out there just ready to pick up all these queer kids? Or queer people's kids, as it were. The kids are fucking kids. So let's let them decide when they're, you know. But as far as I know, no, no, yeah, um, yeah, dude. Like, it's just, I'm not ashamed of anything that I'm putting on here, man. I don't think, there are definitely mistakes that I've made in my past that I would say, yeah, I'm probably ashamed of those things, but like, I've done my best to change. It's one of the reasons that why when I put up the videos regarding my ex-wife, I made very clear that like we have a good working relationship. Like, you want to ask how my children were subjected to abuse. Uh, it's 50-50 parenting, fucker. I can't be with them 24/7. That's not how the law works. Like, and literally, as soon as I found out some shit was happening, I had CPS on the phone the next day because I got told the story at like 8 p.m. So I couldn't call them right that moment. Like, I, you don't know the story. you've heard the rest of my shit and know that this shit is a total fucking mess. And your assumption is that I'm in the wrong. And you want to try to be like, oh, this isn't about you being trans. This is about you, blah, 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 blah. Cool. So you're judging some stranger on the internet based on like little snippets of what they've said about their parenting and things that they do on their own time when the children aren't around? Cool. Thank you for the engagement. Thank you for giving me something else to rant at. Thank you for commenting on multiple videos. Like, y'all are the reason that people are watching this. And here's the thing. I started to go into this on another video, and then I went on a whole ass ADHD rant. Um, you either really love something if you're commenting, or you really hate it. Which means for all of the hate comments and the good comments I'm getting, there's people in between. And the people in between, you know, I'm going to assume they're entertained. Because ultimately, what I need all of you to understand is my goal is to entertain. Um, when I was in, I believe, 10th grade, I think it was 15, last day of school, I'm walking down the hall. I am dressed like a poster of, like, this is an example of a goth kid, right? I'm wearing, obviously, this was pre transition, duh. So, you know, my skinny little, at this point, like 112-pound, looked like I need a sandwich because I was damn near this tall ass. Um, I'm wearing crushed black velvet Doc Martens, fishnet stockings, a dress that's like a little like tank mini dress thing that is made of like black like teddy bear fur, like plushy shit, and a top hat. And now you see, I look pale as fuck in this lighting just on in general. Before I started on T and had the increase in hemoglobin that happens when you start taking testosterone, um, I looked like I was fucking dead all the time. Like, this is me with color. So I then had the black lipstick, black eyeliner, foundation to take away any sort of color in my face. So it was just a flat, like, ivory, fucking placid. So I looked like a fucking cartoon character, basically. I looked like I was in black and white standing in front of you. And Miss Nicholson, which is not a dox because I had approximately 4,000 teachers named Ms. Nicholson because they're like at least two, maybe three different Nicholson families. I think there's three because there's two with the same spelling and then there's one with a different spelling in my hometown. So that's, but she looked at me and she said, "You entertain me." And that's in like the top 5 compliments I've ever gotten in my life. Like, that is like, there are a couple of moments in my life that like just stick with me in a way that I'm like, oh, that's so fun. Um, the other one was when I was like, I don't think I'd turned 22 yet. Maybe I was like 21, 22. I'm going to tell a more enhanced version of this story because this is like where we pick up on the T-slur tales when I finally get back to like actually doing what I was intending with this channel. Um, I was sleeping with a dude who was old enough to be my dad, like literally, like I was in between his two children in age. And I'm, you know, giving him a blowjob like you do. And he said to me, "Your skills defy your age." And that, like, something about that just hit me in a way that was like, oh, thank you. Uh, so, you know, like these are the things. So, like, uh, I'm a boy who I got a praise kink, man. I'll admit it. I love a compliment. So, like, bring it on. Um, and for every one of you that comes here and engages with the hate, you're just driving people here who think I'm funny. And even the fucking hate comment, the person who, P.S., they said mum instead of mom, which leads me to believe that they live on Turf Island. So, like, obviously, if you're making the comments that you're making, you're trying to be like, it's not about you being trans at all. Like, except for it is. because most of the comments that people are complaining about my kids don't are on videos where like I mention their existence briefly, but like not like, and it's like, if you feel bad for them, like, give me some money so I can take better care of them. Speaking of which, there will be a Patreon link. It's in my about now. I'll throw it in the description, probably, maybe a pinned comment. I don't fucking know. It'll be around. Also, I told people that I had a business email in my about and realized that I didn't, so I fixed that. Um, just to be clear, the business email is not the email that is associated with my actual account. If you want to get frisky, I can just ditch that and move on with my life. So yeah. So let's move on from the Draco's a bad parent meta. Um, Hi, I don't care if you think I'm a bad parent. I think you're a bad person. All right. The point I was trying to make, that person even said that they were entertained by my stories. So good. I don't care if you're hate watching. If you're entertained, you're entertained. That's the goal. I know who I am. I know that there are different audiences for this kind of content. I'm trying to play to both. Because there's the hate watchers, and then there's the people who actually like me. And those people do exist. Like, literally, every single time one of you dumb fucks makes another comment, you're telling YouTube how much you like it. And then we've got Mr. D. Kessler, Mr. Just.dead.tissue, saying that he has downloaded all of my shit and has put a watermark on it and is going to re-upload it and then try to copyright claim my videos, as if YouTube would not understand that my videos came out first. Copyright law applies if you're monetized or not, friend. I may not have the, like, pokey poke tool yet, but, like, there's a form. But you're not brave enough to put your shit up to the actual test because you're not doing transformative content. You're trying intentionally to manipulate YouTube's copyright system. That's a direct violation of YouTube terms and service. All of this tells me you have no fucking clue what you're doing. You don't live in the commentary space. You might watch some lolcow shit, but like you don't understand how this shit works. Like, I've been in this space for like 4 years. I have seen people get copyright strikes and claims and all the fucking shit, bro. You don't know what you're doing. Have fun. Like, if you manage to get some views re-uploading my shit, eventually someone who likes me is going to see it and is going to show me, and then I just claim it all. Or, at some point when I get monetized and get the tools, it'll show, and I'll just claim it all. Like, and especially if you try to copyright claim me, you're calling yourself out, you dumb fuck. They can see the date that I posted it. You putting a watermark on something that I have already published on their website? How fucking stupid are you? Oh my god. Also, love you being super fucking classist and like, oh, I'm white and I have money and I'm cis and I'm and then tell me that you're going to work, give me your fucking work schedule online, and you're working on a Saturday. Must be a fantastic fucking job you've got that you gotta be working 10 to 7 on fucking Saturday. Yeah, I'm sure you're in an amazing profession, bro. Yeah. Dude, armchair psychology is my jam, and I'm gonna do it because it's fun for me. And if you like it or don't, eat a bag of dicks. So we're gonna move on to chasers. What's a chaser? So when I grew up in like the 90s, chaser was generally just referring to a chubby chaser, which is like still a thing, which is like, skinny people, straight sized people, as it were, going after fat people because they, fetishize them or attracted to them, what have you. Um, that still happens. There's a whole feeder community, yada, yada, yada. That's not my concern at the moment because I don't think I'm showing enough of my body for me to attract chubby chasers. But, if I did, maybe. However, my being trans is like the thing I lead with, right? Because it's like, hey, that's the thing that makes that guy kind of interesting. Like it's why anyone would start listening to me ramble to begin with to be entertained by my fucking rambling, right? So like, it's pretty out there. Um, Chasers, right? Generally, this is a term that is used to refer to men going after trans women. Um, it's often a situation where like they don't want to tell people and it's all very it's very sketchy and kind of gross, but there are chasers that go after trans men. Living in the grinder space for the kind of brief period that I did, I learned a lot about, and this is going to sound super weird, the kinds of people who are willing to engage sexually with a trans person. And there's a wide fucking range. Before I got on Grinder, I literally was like, "Oh my god, no gay dude is ever gonna want me because I've got a pussy and tits and blah 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 blah." And to be fair, there were definitely people who were like, "Ooh, yucky, you have boobs," and I'm like, "Fucking move on, man! Like, I didn't message you. Uh, like, eat a bag of dicks." My Grinder profile, the thing that was it. My like kind of tagline as it were was desperately looking for someone worth fucking more than once. I found that in finding my partner because I actually found him on Grinder. We've been talking I think for like a weekish or so. I don't know, not super long, maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. Sometime shortly before my 40th birthday. And I, on my 40th birthday, after going and doing karaoke with my brother, drove my ass out to where my partner lives, which is in BFE. And, uh, it was delightful. And I totally found someone worth fucking more than once. And we started talking and we got along, and it just kind of progressed from there. Neither of us was particularly looking. We started out poly, and then I was like, "Oh, please, Jesus, you're the best thing ever. Can I just?" So I'm not here to say the Grinder is all bad, but Grinder has every class of human as far as like moral quality on there. You got people just trying to make friends. You got people just trying to bang. You got people trying to actually get relationships. You got people lying to their spouses on the DL, fucking everything. My One of my favorite things. There was one dude who I still occasionally chat with, who is like the bottomiest of bottoms, and I say that with love as like a super bottom. I try to pretend I'm a switch, but that's some bullshit. Uh, so like with this dude, I got to like pretend to be a top, and it was really fun. But like it's just it was just so affirming to have someone be like, I like boys, all boys, and I'm like, oh, awesome. um and like I've said before, bi guys are my bread and butter because dudes who like dick and pussy, hello. uh, Here I am. Not really. I'm not on the market. Although I am trying to get OnlyFans to verify me. Dude, I swear it's the name change because there's other shit that I have trouble getting verified with as well. Also, I think there's something about the driver's license in my state that's weird. Like, I don't think I can get on an airplane until I get it enhanced, whatever. Um, I digress. So, like, I will put my dick on the internet if anyone wants to see it, but that brings me back to my original point is there are people who consume trans content and fucking jerk it to it. Jock pussy is the search term if anyone's looking for trans dudes on Pornhub. Uh, just to throw it out there. I'm a fan. There's nothing that I love more than watching a tiny little trans dude get railed by a big fucking bear. It's like, huh, it's my life. Look at that. Um, so, not that I'm tiny. I'm a fatty McFat, but yeah, I'm pretty short. So, like, eh. Um, yeah. So, Mr. D. Kessler, Mr. Just Dead Tissue, Yesterday I did a couple of premieres, and one of them, he was in it because the video was about him. He was tagged in it, a whole 9 yards. Um, and I had a friend in there who initially I didn't realize who it was because I didn't know their YouTube username. And then once I realized, I was fucking delighted, and we're chatting, and we're gonna hang out next week. We haven't hung out for a while, so it's fun that I'm reconnecting with people with this. So if you actually know me and want to hit me up, do it. I'm in. Like, this is, oh god, I've been smiling so fucking hard my cheeks hurt. Like, you guys have no idea. Um, so yeah, I my friend like makes some comment because this dude's name is D, and he's like little D, and you know something, and I was like, hey man, I got a little D, be nice. I'm not here to body shame people, even my haters. I don't care. Like, that's not, no. Like, you're being shitty, and that's why I don't like you. Like, that's it. All I know is the part of you that's being shitty to me. I don't know anything else. I can suppose things based on our interactions. Like, I suppose that D. Kessler has really shitty fucking self esteem, because I will stand by until I'm fucking just dead tissue, that if you call yourself just dead tissue, regardless of the reference, with the panacea of fucking media available to you for references, you believe that about yourself. And the fact that you use terms like punching down and cis tells me that this is a space you're in a lot. So, like, are you in this space a lot just because you're a piece of shit? Are you in this space a lot because you're an egg who's curious, who's, you know, externalizing your internal transphobia, and you just, like, come out if that's the case? Enjoy it. Like, what, you think your wife's gonna leave? There will be other people lined up. Trans ladies are delightful. You know, my grinder days led me to a couple, and man, oh daisies, fun time. I still can't have a relationship with a woman, but whatever. Yeah, dick or no dick, I can't. That's not how that works. Yeah. Dude. So my friend makes this little D joke, and I'm like, hey, I got a little D. And then D. Kessler goes, is that from T or from surgery? He did not say, is that from testosterone? He said, is that from T or surgery? And then when I said I grew it myself, Chaser, he instantly changed the subject. It was like, oh, I'm punching down. He keeps telling me he thinks he's punching down, and yet he also keeps telling me that he's going to try to steal my content. Like, he's announcing how shitty of a fucking human being he is. Cool. But here's the thing that I know deep down in my soul after being asked about my dick. You're typing all this shit with your phone in one hand and your fucking dick in the other. You're a goddamn chaser. You're here because you want to fuck me. You either want to fuck me, or you're trans and don't know how to fucking deal with the shit. And maybe also want to fuck me. Maybe a little of both. But there is no fucking reason in the world that you would ask me about how my dick came to be unless you were picturing it in your spare time. Especially if you didn't follow up with any kind of fucking insults or any shit. Oh, and I can't wait for whatever you come up with now because I called you on this. So, go ahead. I sprouted a dick from nothing from like a couple of years ago. I'm cool. I know it's small. In fact, if you call it tiny, I get off on that. So have the fuck at it, bro. Tell me I don't have a dick. Tell me it's not a dick. Tell me it's just all fucking day. Please keep that engagement going, baby. Keep uploading your shit. I'll find it eventually. Don't worry. Someone will tip me off. I'm sure you're not going to get enough views for me to be able to, like, search anything to find it. But if you were actually doing transformative content, you would link it, because then I could react to it, and we could bounce back and forth, and we could both make $1 bajillion. This could just be a thing that we do. I am more than willing to have fucking chasers, trolls, anyone. If you're gonna watch this shit, cool. The idea that I have on ad block so the watch doesn't count, why do you think I have all those fucking Discord things then? You are the one who said it was your fucking bot. Did you not have the fucking ad block on then? The views are still showing up, dude. Nobody watches the fucking ads. The point is, I'm not even fucking monetized. What I need is watch time. And that's what you're providing me. And by engaging in all the comments, you're pushing it out in the algorithm, providing me with more watch time. So genuinely, please keep going. But do not steal the shit. Make something with it. Be a big boy. Make your own content. Because clearly you don't fucking get copyright at all. Like, this is not something that you're familiar with. If you think you can take something from YouTube, alter it slightly, upload it with a watermark, and have YouTube not realize where you got it, and then try to copyright claim me? You're so dumb. This is where the data came from. They know, like, there's metadata, you dumb piece of shit. Oh my god, because if you're going to copyright claim me, they're going to have to compare the two. You're going to have to copyright claim a video in the past of me. You don't own me because you put a watermark on it, you dumb fuck. Please keep going. Please. Please. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah. The fact that you made a point to tell me that the first video that you uploaded is the only video that has any images of my body, and it's literally like me pulling my boxers up to inject. It's like a full, like, that's the first. Yeah, it's because you're fucking jerking off to it, dude. I see you, you fucking chaser. If you want to keep chasing, have at it, but I am fucking taken, and apparently you have a wife. So, like, is she into it too? She got a, like, reverse cuck situation going on? Like, what is happening here? Are you upset that she has to buy a fucking strap-on to fuck you? You want someone who can fuck you and has a pussy so you can fuck him back? What's your fucking plan, dude? Because this is the most chaser fucking shit. Oh my god. You might as well have just been direct about it. You literally asked me about my dick. You asked me about my dick. Because everybody else who's like a hater or whatever is like, you don't have one, you don't have one, you don't have one. And I'm like, okay, cool. I don't care. Like, fine. Like, here's the thing. If I do get the OnlyFans, like, I'm prepared then for people to be like, that's not a dick. Like, okay. I'm happy with my body. It does what I want it to do. I'm a big fan of getting laid. Big fan of jerking off, which is why I want to do an OnlyFans, because I jerk off all the fucking time, so why not film it? Why not make some money doing the shit I'm already doing? Sort of like, why not make some money off of people who fucking hate me, because people hate me if I'm on the internet or not. If I just go out and, like, live my fucking life on the internet, Facebook, I get just as much hate. I have not given you people enough detail for you to judge my parenting, so if you do, that's on you. I don't give a fuck. If you judge me for being trans, fucking awesome, cool story. Especially Mr. D Kessler, and his talking about Jung, and, like, because he said something about my doing armchair psychology, and Jung and Freud would have a field day, and I'm like, oh, of course, you go to ancient, dead, misogynist, fucking, that's where your image of psychology is. Obviously, if you genuinely don't think that being trans is like an actual thing, then that tells me everything I need to know about your knowledge of psychology. Because, hello, friend, a lot of shit has happened since Jung. Dude's been dead for a while. And Freud just wanted to fuck his mom. So, like, I don't know what the fuck you want here, but yeah. My armchair psychology of you just based on what I've got. Chaser, egg, maybe combination of the two. An egg is someone who's trans who hasn't come out yet, just so we're clear to anyone who doesn't know that particular term. Um, you're bully because you've said you're punching down and yet you keep going. Like, you think you're punching down. I think you're helping me, but you think you're punching down and yet you continue. And you have really low fucking self-esteem, which is why you're a bully, which is why you're trying, like, you just don't understand the kind of fucked up that I actually am. I've been through so fucking much, man. Like, the fucking bitch who was complaining about my parenting was like, well, obviously you're a mess. You've been through a lot. And then is still gonna, like, bitch about an eighth of a story that. I have been the freak, the odd one out, my entire fucking life. I've been abused my entire life. I still have to deal with abusive people in my life because sometimes life is just like that and you don't have the option to not. Especially when you have fucking kids. Because they don't, it wasn't, what is the word, parthenogenesis? I didn't, like, poop them out just on my own. So, like, cool. Keep commenting. Please re-upload the shit. I'll find it eventually. I don't need the tool. Like, there's literally a form. There's even, like... But I love commentary, and if you're going to actually do something with it, I have zero intention of trying to do any kind of copyright. Dude, I literally delayed doing this to watch Zachary Michael first. Please, do something original. For the love of God, make some fucking art. Don't just be a bully and a thief, and a coward, and a chaser. Get your dick out of your hand. Like, have you not had post-nut clarity about any of this yet? Seriously? Everybody else, I love you. Be safe. Make good choices.